If an actress ever received such a distinction, American actress Doris Day would have taken home a trophy or two for her bright disposition and charming smiles. Day, who gained even more fame for her girl next door image, was adored by many in the industry. In today's film, however, we will tell you the tragic, little-known tale of American actress Doris Day, who endured a great deal of hardship away from the limelight. Keep checking back because there will be more. Before becoming the well-known Hollywood star that she is today, Doris Day had modest beginnings, just like any other regular person. Born on April 3rd, 1922, Doris Mary Ann Kappelhoff was the youngest of Alma Sophia and William Joseph Kappelhoff's children. The would-be star's name was inspired by the well-known actress of the time, Doris Kenyon. She came from a German-American family. Her parents were from Cincinnati, Ohio. Her father was a music teacher and choir director, while her mother was a stay-at-home mother. Her brothers were older. Her uncle Paul followed her father, Richard, who died before she was even born. Even though Day's father was clearly the musical prodigy, her mother showered her with love and care, while her father showed little interest in his daughter. She was not aware of her father's adultery at the time, but in 1932, when she was 10 years old, her parents divorced. Day had been interested in dancing since she was a young child. She quickly overcome her initial fear and developed a confidence, not arrogance, that allowed her to question her family's strict Catholic faith. She later joined the school's dance team and soon became well known for her skills. Day would have had a prosperous career as a dancer if things hadn't gone awry. The night before Day and her friends were scheduled to travel to Los Angeles, a goods train struck them, crushing her right leg. She had recently celebrated her 15th birthday. In her book, Doris Day, Her Own Story, the actress revealed that she had a vague memory of her injuries and that her legs were weaker than before. Pulling herself away from the impact, she started to examine her leg. Day was shocked to see the sharp edges of the shattered bones protruding from her legs as she passed unconscious. Doris Day was suddenly deprived of her dream of being a professional dancer. But this encounter made her discover a fresh passion. During her months of recuperation in the hospital, Day discovered she was gifted with singing. She started singing as the radio played. While recovering in the hospital, she sang along to songs by Tommy Dorsey, Glenn Miller, Benny Goodman, and Duke Ellington. But the artist she really adored was the outstanding Ella Fitzgerald. There was a quality to her voice that fascinated me, and I'd sing along with her, trying to catch the subtle ways she shaded her voice, the casual yet clean way she sang the words, Day said of Fitzgerald's singing. Shortly after hearing her daughter sing, Day's mother signed her up for voice lessons with Grace Rain. Rain was certain that Day had extraordinary talent by the end of the third lesson, but Rain focused on her skills and charged her $2 for 3 singing sessions a week. Renowned singer Doris Day became well known as the lead vocalist for Charlie Yee's Shanghai Inn and Carlin's Carnival. After American jazz musician and orchestra conductor Barney Rapp turned down 200 other vocalists, Day took over the role. Because Marquise were unable to handle her lengthier surname, she altered it to Doris Day in 1939. Day continued to sing on Bob Hope's weekly radio show and worked with Bob Crosby, Jimmy James, and Les Brown during her nearly 2 years of touring with them. She and Les Brown wrote the song Sentimental Journey, which ended up being the World War II hymn for the troops. Day sang the song Embraceable You in the musical Romance on the High Seas, which marked her acting debut. The film's director, Michael Curtiz, personally chose her despite her lack of acting experience. Although Curtiz appreciated Day's candor, he felt that her freckles gave her an overly American appearance. Day began her career as a singer and went on to become a well-known actress. She performed in many movies soon after, including the 1949 film My Dream Is Yours, in which she also sang. She also appeared in musicals like By the Light of the Silvery Moon and on Moonlight Bay. I'll See You in My Dreams, her most popular Warner Brothers production, was a musical she co-wrote with Michael Curtiz for the 4th time. In between filming, she had several top 10 hits, such as the 1953 duet Young at Heart, which she performed with Frank Sinatra. Doris Day made her breakthrough performance as Ruth Edding in the James Cagney starring musical romantic comedy Love Me or Leave Me, which was released in 1955. In his portrayal, Day was commended by co-star Cagney, who observed that Day was able to project the simple, direct statement of a simple, direct idea without cluttering it. Day garnered positive reviews for his performance, but she wasn't just outstanding in musical rom-coms. In Alfred Hitchcock's 1956 mystery thriller, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Doris Day revealed a fresh side of herself and made it clear that she had the acting chops to compete. While she was being considered for a number of other movies, Doris Day's career reached its zenith when she started starring in a series of romantic comedies. One of the most well-liked was Pillow Talk. She was nominated for only one Oscar during her long career for Best Actress for her performance in this movie. Alongside Tony Randall and Rock Hudson, she starred in the following 2 movies: Lover Come Back and Send Me No Flowers. One could argue that the early 1960s marked the pinnacle of Doris Day's career. She became the second woman to hold the record consistently, surpassing Shirley Temple as the highest-grossing female actor of all time. Day is also included in the hit songs Please Don't Eat the Daisies, That Touch of Mink, The Thrill of It All, and Move Over, Darling. Her final single to achieve commercial success was Do Not Disturb, 1965. Shortly after the sexual revolution started, her notoriety started to wane. Due to the changes in the industry, well-known Hollywood actress Doris Day left the spotlight in the 1970s. She was dissatisfied with the way things were developing and lamented that her innocent appearance and pleasant disposition were suffocating her. Her reputation as a chaste and naive woman earned her the title of World's Oldest Virgin. She stated in her PBS interview that she believes a couple should wait to be married until they have lived together for some time. In addition, Doris Day struggled with self-esteem since she felt unattractive enough. She was deemed beautiful by both Norman Jewison, who directed her, and James Garner, who found her more attractive. Doris Day's financial success was attributed by her co-stars and directors to her charisma and star power. Because of her problems with self-esteem and her dissatisfaction with the evolving Hollywood landscape, Doris Day stepped out of the spotlight in the 1970s. Despite all of her accomplishments, she continued to question her own beauty and her potential to succeed in the industry. The well-known actress Doris Day had 3 failed marriages. She sought for divorce after discovering that her first husband, trombonist Al Jordan, was abusive and had schizophrenia. Her second husband, George Weidler, was unable to keep her famous, and as a result, their marriage fell apart. Her third husband, film producer Martin Melcher, left her indebted to him following his death. To get out of her financial bind, she started working on television shows such as The Doris Day Show. Day's fourth marriage to restaurant maitre d' Barry Comden ended in divorce after Comden criticized Day for her dog-loving tendencies. Despite her struggles, Day remained steadfast in her belief that marriage was the inevitable path to success. Given her impressive career, it makes sense that Doris Day chose to live alone on her property in Carmel Valley Village, California. After 3 divorces, the loss of a spouse, and being betrayed by someone she thought she could trust, there were high expectations that Day would become ruthless, but she continued with a stubborn determination. Day's third husband's death put her in financial straits, so she started the nonprofit Doris Day Animal League in 1987. She also co-founded Actors and Others for Animals, another nonprofit. In 1995, Day finally founded the Doris Day Animal Foundation. For many years, Day dedicated her life to saving animals and fighting for their rights. Few Hollywood celebrities have been able to leave an enduring impression like Doris Day. She has received numerous accolades and recognition for her efforts. The diva gained admirers anytime she appeared, whether it was for a charity function or an interview. Even though she spent her final years out of the spotlight, even though she was a recluse, she loved having her friends and pets around. At the late age of 97, Hollywood icon Day passed away on May 13th, 2019, leaving his fans worldwide in sadness. Many people still reminisce about Day's time as a Hollywood celebrity and how her songs make them long for a more carefree, simpler time.